This last product that I want to talk to you about, I already know I'm going to get roasted in the comment section for this. I'm ready for it, but hear me out. Here are 5 woodworking tools that you probably don't think you need, but they are amazing to have. I promise you, when you hear me talk about these, you might be tempted to think, what in the world? Who needs that in their shop? But I have bought all of these tools with my own money. I've used them, and they are amazing. They make the woodworking experience so much more fun. So I'm going to show you these top 5 tools, and then I'll show you a few bonus tools and supplies that didn't quite make the list, but they are still really nice to have in the woodworking shop. Let's get started. Okay, first up, we have 3M Bluetooth earmuffs. First of all, if you're not wearing any kind of hearing protection, start there, because that is not a luxury, that is a must. Tools in the shop like table saws, miter saws, band saws, drill presses, planers, jointers, any of these things are super loud and they will damage your hearing long term if you use this equipment without the proper hearing protection. So make sure to get some earmuffs, but these earmuffs are really, really awesome because they have Bluetooth capability. So of course you can connect it to your phone, your computer, whatever, listen to podcasts, listen to music. That's what I do. It makes sanding go by much quicker. Okay, a crazy feature about these earmuffs that I had no clue they had until after I purchased these, there are microphones, if you look really closely here, on either side of the earmuffs. And what this does is this is going to intelligently pick up noise. And so if you're, let's say, not running equipment and you have your earmuffs on and you're talking to someone, these microphones will allow you to hear what they're saying. But then once you turn on loud equipment, it will reduce the noise so that you don't damage your hearing. So for example, if you and I were having a conversation right now and I'm wearing these earmuffs, I would be able to hear what you're saying perfectly because of these little microphones. But then once I turn on loud equipment, my ears are protected and I can still jam out to music. These are really, really nice. I have regular 3M earmuffs too, but I'm telling you guys, the Bluetooth ones are an amazing investment. They are so nice. They're adjustable. I don't know. I love these. The battery life on them is great. I don't think you can go wrong with these. I'll link these down in the description. Number 2 on the list is this DeWalt shop stool. Now, this I've talked about on the channel before. I love this shop stool. It's great for if you're, doing something for a while at a workbench. It's just really, really nice to have a spot that's comfortable to sit down after you've been on your feet for a while. It's adjustable. It has up to 4 inches of height differential, so you can, raise it up for those taller workbenches or lower it down, for other things. If you're working on a router, changing out a router bit, working on equipment, it's great to sit down for those type of things as well. It slides and rotates super easily. It's got tool storage underneath, which is super nice if you're, wanting to have some wrenches or extra router bits, whatever, close by. You can store that beneath the stool. It's just a great buy. Again, is it necessary for woodworking? No, it's not necessary, but I have really enjoyed having it in the shop. And so if you're interested, check out the link in the description. It's been a great stool for me. Number 3 is this Rockler glue and epoxy mat. Now, if you do any kind of woodworking for any amount of time, I'm sure you've noticed that really more projects are held together by wood glue than they are by screws or nails or things like that, at least the type of projects that I do. And also, you could probably notice that wood glue can be super messy. You want to have squeeze out on all of your glue joints, but that extra glue is going to be dripping down somewhere, and you don't want it sticking to your workbench or your table saw or your Boris centipede table or whatever the case is. And so these Rockler glue mats are great to, roll out, do glue ups on, and then the glue just peels right off of these silicone mats. Another great feature about these mats is that if you buy multiple mats, they can kind of interlock and connect, which is super nice. So even if you have like an 8-foot workbench, you can buy several of these, connect them all, and then roll them all out so you have, protection against glue or epoxy drips covering your whole workbench. Really nice feature. Once again, these are from Rockler. I'll leave a link in the description. I think they're a great, fun tool to have. And speaking of wood glue, number 4 on my list is Titebond 2 Dark formula. What this is Titebond 2 wood glue, but darker. Thus the name Titebond 2 Dark wood glue. If you work with darker woods, like black walnut, or maybe some exotic woods like a purple heart or a sapele, and you're doing glue ups with those darker woods, use this. It will hide your glue joints much better. Maybe you've seen people, maybe me, maybe other YouTubers, they'll put some glue in a joint and then try to backfill that glue with black walnut sawdust to make it darker. With this compound, you don't have to worry about any of that. You can just, make your joints, glue them up, and it's so nice. Do you need this if you're going to be gluing up black walnut? No, you don't, but it's gonna make your joints more hidden. It's just nice to have. It's, I think, the same price as Titebond 2. So I just buy some of this because I work with black walnut a ton. You can see there's some right over my shoulder here. It's just nice to have. So I included it in this list. Link in the description. Let's go to number 5. Before we move on to the next tool, if this video has been helpful for you, if you can just hit the like button, it's a thumbs up button right down there. All that does is just say, hey Ben, great video. Thanks for making it. I like it. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's totally free. It just really helps me out. So hit the like button if you've liked the video. If not, check out this next tool. Number 5 on the list for me is 90-degree pocket hole clamps. These particular clamps are from Win Tools. There's a pack of 2 that I bought a few months ago. Leave a link in the description. And I think these are just as high quality as some of the Craig 90-degree clamps that I've seen. And when I bought them, they were like half the price. So I think there's a really great deal here, but this rod right here, the way this works is this rod will fit into one of the pocket holes. You clamp it down and it's going to hold the 2 boards at a perfect 90 degrees. It makes this a breeze when you are especially joining longer boards that maybe have trouble staying in position. You want to make sure the 2 boards are at a perfect 90. These clamps are amazing for that. Can you use pocket holes to put boards together at 90 degrees without these? Yes, absolutely you can, but you're not going to find a better clamp to do that than this. And so, in my opinion, for the money, these are not super expensive clamps. It's a no-brainer if you do a lot of pocket hole joinery to pick up some of these 90-degree clamps. I waited for a long time to buy them. I finally bit the bullet and bought these Win ones, and I'm super glad that I did. They've already made me more money back than what I spent on them. So these are very nice to have. So those are my top 5 tools right now that I think are very nice, kind of luxury tools to have in the shop. But there are a few more tools and supplies that I wanted to talk with you about. Finishing triangles. All these are little triangles that you can set on your workbench. They come to a very fine point and you can set work pieces on top of these and paint them, finish them. It does a few things. One, it gets it off of your workbench. So if you're trying to kind of round the bottom of a box you're painting, let's say, you're not going to be brushing the paint on your workbench because it's raised up. Also for like cutting boards, especially on the first few coats, will put a coat on, flip the cutting board over, and let the newly finished side rest on these triangle points, and then I can finish the other side. Before I had these, I would have to finish one side, wait for that to cure, like 24, 48 hours, flip it over, do the other side, and getting cutting boards from being not unfinished to finished would sometimes take me a week, maybe longer. This has cut my finishing time in half. That was not planned. Anyways, these have cut my finishing time in half, and so I really like them. They're also super cheap, not expensive at all. So the ones that I bought, these, I'll leave a link in the description. This last product that I want to talk to you about, I already know I'm going to get roasted in the comment section for this. I'm ready for it, but hear me out. I love having some hand lotion in the shop. I know people are going to roast me for this, but at the end of a full day in the woodworking shop, especially if I've been doing sanding or anything where I'm exposed to really fine dust, my hands start to turn white. They're so cracked. Sometimes they'll even start to bleed because my hands are so stinking dry. It's super nice to keep some lotion on your workbench, where at the end of the day, you can put some lotion on your hands, you know, moisturize your hands. It's just so nice. Gold Bond's not sponsoring this video. None of these tools are sponsoring this video, but I think it is super nice to not have dry hands when you're leaving the workshop every day. Maybe that's just me. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with me. I'll probably get roasted in the comments for this, but hey, I keep lotion in the shop, you know, sue me. Okay, so those are the tools and supplies that have been very nice for me to have in the shop. None of them are necessities, but they all make the experience so much better. Let me know in the comments what you think. What did I miss? I want to hear from you what tools have just really elevated your woodworking experience. And then after that, check out this video. I promise it will be helpful for you, and we'll talk to you very soon.